Hey, what if I told you that you could actually grow all of your food indoors using LED grow lights, combination of soil, hydroponics, other indoor food growing techniques, even bringing in composting to reuse your waste? Would you be interested to learn how to do it for free? We have a free indoor food growing training program. It's kicking off again for our third cycle of the year, and it's going to be starting up in the next couple of weeks. So, this is our quarterly kickoff and start here playlist recap. So, if you're just joining us, thanks so much. This is actually week 12 of our live stream at Indoor Garden Market, hosted by Planter. This marks the official end of one cycle and kickoff of the next of our indoor food growing. This is a walkthrough for growers to clean, reset, reassemble their indoor garden systems using the Start Here checklist and playlist that we're going to go over in just a few minutes. Great for reinforcing your system setup habits, re energizing new and returning participants alike in our program. So, we're going to actually celebrate completing the last cycle, share a couple of milestones, and we're going to do a little bit of setting up and giving you a guide and a playlist to reflect on, go through as we begin to start our new cycle. So if you haven't done this before, no problem. You can actually check it out at indoorgardenmarket.com, and we do have a very handy training program that's going to get you going as well. Let me bring that up for you. So this is the QR code right there. You can also get more info up on the right-hand screen. Just give that a scan using cell phone or whatever you like. Free indoor food growing training program. This is with LED grow lights. You do not need a backyard. You do not need an outside space. You don't need to wait until March, April, or any particular time of the year. Start in January, start July, doesn't matter. All good. You can do it any time of the year that you like. So let's kick things off and jump over into clean and reset. So important thing here is you want to sanitize soil trays, hydroponic systems if you've got them, and I'll give you an example of one system that I recently reset so you can have a sense of it. Clear out all the old plant matter. Please compost that. If you haven't set up a worm box for composting, we have resources on our website to help you get started with a really low cost one. Reset your planting zones across your indoor food growing space. So, for example, if you've been following our lives over the past couple of months, probably saw this system right here. This is actually a mufga. Pull that light up a little bit so you can see the plants. About 3 weeks in, the plants are growing really nicely, and we have a nice tall. This is like almost like I think it's a radicchio. Really great in a salad, very crisp and powerful taste to these greens. You can cut these off and then keep growing with them really easily, very nicely. So when you are resetting a box like this, you want to take out the plants, eat them, obviously, and then clean out the system itself, wash it, give it a good wash, make sure not to get your lights wet, obviously, and then you're going to put it in a fresh nutrient cycle. So depending on what kind of nutrients you're using, could be using the ones that come with the system. If you're in community grower areas, we do have a nice package of nutrients that can help you get started, really easy to use. Most of the systems we work with, Grow Mesh, Flat Pot, they all ship with nutrients. Lots of ways to use the nutrients, very simple, so I wouldn't worry too much about those. Many places you can get them. But these boxes need to be cleaned. Then, I mean, it's very simple. You're basically going to take a plug and then you're going to pop it into one of these little baskets here, start growing again, and about 3 weeks later, boom, you're right back up where you were before. And if you pre-grow your seedlings on the side, you can absolutely get a really big bump in your production, because you're going to be able to take those seedlings that you've already pre-grown, pop them into your baskets, and then grow in a week, maybe up to this size. So it's super productive, really easy to do. But if you're new to this, that's okay. More information on our QR code up there. And let's jump into our step-by-step setup guide. So we've got a couple of different options to help you here. Generally speaking, you want to position the lights So when the seedlings are small, you want the lights really close by. Otherwise, they start to get leggy and stretch out. You can use a timer for your lights. Don't have to. If you just flip them on in the morning when you wake up, turn them off when you go to bed at night, no problem. Recondition your soil. So if you've already used soil in a container, say a self-watering pot that you have growing indoors under a big light, you want to recondition that. So mix in some extra compost from your worm box or some additional soil that you've got laying around or that you purchase and bring in. Either way, it's pretty easy. You can label your cups so you know what kind of plants are in your systems. That's helpful as well. If you're still unsure about how to get going, we have a free indoor food garden setup guide right there. Just give that a scan. That's going to take you to a simple document with the steps, along with some recommendations for where to get supplies, what to grow with those supplies. It's very basic, and you can join our program and actually watch the playlist using the social media channels that we have as well. You can find those social channels and you can actually start to grow and watch those. So it's really, really easy to do. All you have to do is scan that QR code right there. That's going to take you to our setup guide, and then just click away, get your materials, join the indoor food growing training program, and get started. So moving along here, we're going to go to our Start Here playlist. So over the past cycle, we've actually done an entire sequence of indoor food growing. That started from seeds, it takes you through harvest, it takes you through setup, tear down, restarting your system. So we've already done all of this. It's available in one playlist on YouTube. If you scan the QR code right there, that's going to take you through it. So you can see all of our planter grow nights. You can see how the process works. You can get examples of success, see systems. If you aren't following us on social media, I recommend it. We do go over the different systems we use, give you positives and negatives about them, and we actually prepare you to grow food year-round. Over 75 pounds of greens and herbs per year in about the same size space as a coffee table. It's extremely easy to do. We have a lot of different ways we can jump into that. In addition to just the basic guide, there is a link, and I'm going to put a QR code up as well to our AI indoor food growing guide. Our chatbot, essentially, it's based on the OpenAI ChatGPT protocol. It's a private GPT. This is going to give you something similar, walk you through the basics. It's going to give you a primer to get started. Primarily, it's going to help with soil growing, although it does have some tips built into it for hydroponics. Between the written guide that I just shared with you and this food growing guide, we've got tons of resources for you. So definitely take advantages of those. So moving right along here, we want to see what you're growing. We'd love to be able to get a sense of who's growing what, what's working, what's not working. We're at the very early stages of this indoor food growing. A very small number of people in the human species has ever grown food indoors with lights. In the past, it's been researchers, people at places like NASA, of extremely large, expensive indoor food growing, harvested farms, things like that. So a very small number of people have ever done this, but little secret for you. Anyone can do this. It's way easier than outdoors. You don't need to have an outdoor space. You don't need to weed. You don't need to deal with bugs. You can grow food indoors and watch Netflix. You really don't need to do much except spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes a week. And most of that time is going to be harvesting and eating. So this is the time to begin to unlock tomatoes fresh all year for you and your family. Cucumbers, grow them inside, 2 full cycles of those plants indoors. Greens, herbs, all of the things that we spend so much money on at the grocery store, those are all available to us now using these systems. You can use a DIY system, just a bucket with hydroponic nutrients in it and a bubbler and a light over the top of it. Easy. Great way to start. Simple to get going, very economical. You can invest up to $1,200-$1,500 in a really large system with AI built into it and cameras, and it looks similar to that tower you see over on the left side of the screen. That's going to grow huge amounts of food per week. You will be eating so much of greens and herbs from that system that you will honestly get tired of it. That's how much you're going to be able to eat from it. Give you one example of a system like that is the one down there. That's the ElfSys. It's a stackable system, grows over 50 plants at a time, constant production. And each level of it can be activated and grown out at different stages. So I would recommend starting with either the lower one or the top one, whichever one works better for you. Plant that out. 4 weeks later, plant out a second one. 4 weeks after that, plant out the third one. You will have a steady supply of greens and herbs up and down that system constantly. It is essentially a farm in a box. It stays in your home. It feeds your family. You can control it. It's very easy. It takes almost no time. You don't need to be dependent on anyone. You can grow all this stuff yourself and get fresh, clean food. So lots of different ways you can do that. And I wanted just to make sure if you're just joining us, maybe this is new to you, you're not really sure what's going on here. We provide free indoor food growing training programs for everyone to get started, no matter where you are. Sitting in the suburbs, maybe you're in a really rural area, you're far from a grocery store, maybe you're 25-30 minutes from a grocery store. It's expensive to get groceries where you are. You can take control of your food supply right now using LED grow lights and a combination of soil and hydroponic systems. It's cheaper than grocery now, a lot cheaper in many cases, depending on how many plants you're growing at one time. So free indoor food growing training program to get you started. It's all there. Fresh greens, fresh herbs. Never buy something that's half dead from the grocery store again when we can do it so easily in our own homes. Pretty amazing. So thanks so much for joining us during this is the last of our planter grow nights for this cycle. Next week we're actually going to have our kickoff and we're going to get the cycle going again. It's going to be really fun. And we're just going to check in on one of the people that are out there growing for themselves. And let's see here. Hold on one second here. Yep, there it is. Just got to reshare my screen here. So it's going to pop up. Yep, there it is. So this is actually an interesting one. This person is on @_gardening indoors on Instagram. They have a self-watering herb garden bed and an attachable light by Veggie Gardening. So pretty nice. A lot of systems out there or a lot of containers, they don't have a light built onto them. You want to have a good solid light. Generally, I would expect, unless it's super efficient, I would expect about 50 watts for that grow light. That's going to make sure you've got good coverage and you're going to get stuff growing well. That one looks a little small, so you're going to keep it pretty close to your plants as they're growing. As they get larger, you're going to back it off and raise it up. So really easy one. That's an interesting account. She grows quite a lot indoors, and we're really happy to have her as part of our indoor food growing community at _gardening indoors on Instagram. And this is really common. If you share with us at indoorgardenmarket.com, or if you just share hashtag my indoor food garden, we watch that hashtag. And so we're going to share a picture or maybe a video if you put it on social media. We definitely want to see you growing. We want to see what you're growing. It's really exciting. So hope you can join us for the kickoff for next week. It's really exciting. This is seed starting for cycle 3. So keep in mind there's 4 cycles of the year. If you haven't started yet, no problem. You can do it now. You can do it in December. It really doesn't matter. But the nice thing is timing is correct, right on here. So if you start growing, maybe get a big hydroponic system and you start to grow with us, you can actually get growing and have salads ready for the holidays. So imagine having fresh salad all the time during the holidays. You're never going to the grocery store. You've already got it growing in your home with you. Maybe the kids are harvesting before every meal, fresh lettuce. I mean, it's a pretty different way of living. It's an exciting future. It's cheaper than anything we can do now with grocery stores. Really hope you can join us. The home scale LED growing, food growing is the future. And for many of us, it's going to be very, very helpful and cheaper and better. So thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't gotten it already, let me just put it up one more time for you. We have our free indoor food growing training program. That's at the QR code right there. Start anytime you want. We have full playlists of all of our training options to take you from start to finish through the entire process. So it's pretty amazing. We host live courses as well online. Meetup, Eventbrite. We have live courses local in places where we have a community grower. Myself, I'm in the Sterling, Virginia area. So I host one live event on a Sunday, the first Sunday of the month at Crooked Run Brewing in Sterling, Virginia. Pretty amazing. You get to taste greens. You have lots of opportunities to actually understand how to do this, see other people who are doing it as well, begin to form a community around this amazing opportunity we have to grow food for ourselves indoors. So please join the training program right there. And if you need your guide, we also have our indoor food growing setup guide. This one right here. Let me throw it up there for just one more second. It's a quick document. It's got links to order materials for yourself. It's got a link to our indoor food growing training program. And if you wanted to jump straight into the indoor food growing video training playlist, that's at the QR code right there. That's on YouTube. It is a collection of our cycle 2 videos that we went through. So really fun, exciting, great time. Next week, we're gonna start our next seed starting for cycle 3. Hope you can join us. We'd love to see what you're growing, and have a great rest of your evening and keep on growing. Join us.